Here's a segment on the news about what happened. And then they're going to probably have the whole story over at 6 o'clock. But I don't know if I'll probably get a copyright thing. But before I get it anyway. But just so you'll know what happened to us and why we were at the Best Western. We came home. We found Bailey in the hallway. Thank God he came home. And it must have just happened. They must have just found him. But he loves us so much. And he's a neutered male. So he stayed nearby the apartment. He came in when we got home. So we got home at about 4-ish. So this is what happened. This is the friggin' disaster last night. It was some pipe that broke up on the 7th floor that just cascaded down like a waterfall. So that's why we were all in the Best Western, the ones that were, and some just stayed with friends in the community or whatever. Like, you know, like what happens during other disasters.
Today at the Best Western.
You'll see my mother and brother in the front.
Steve Hennigan lives on the floor where the pipe broke. Says he was able to keep most of the water out of his apartment, but his neighbors weren't so lucky.
It was going through the vents, the ventilation in the kitchens and the bathrooms, and some of my neighbors were...
Now these are the efficiency people that live like where we used to.
Down the walls inside their apartment. So if it wasn't just the floor, it was the ceiling and drop ceilings falling in. So there's a lot of damage.
Hennigan guesses that about 2/3 of the apartments had some damage. Now, shortly before we went on the air, officials at the Best Western said tenants were being returned to their building. No official confirmation of that yet from the Canton Housing Authority. The Messina Hospital Board chairwoman is out. Susan.
And unfortunately, that's what happened. But it was comfortable. We liked it over there. It was a very tall bed. We slept through lunch because we didn't sleep well last night, so we're going to just have hot dogs for dinner. Some of my mom's tomato and macaroni hamburger soup she made the other day. No, we ain't gotten to yet, but the main thing is we're okay. Bailey's back home. Bailey, are you okay? Tell everybody you made it. You're okay. Come on up. People want to make sure you're all right. You should. I mean, Bailey likes water, but not that much. They wouldn't let me take them last night. I was kind of pissed. I mean, come on. I felt like that old PSA commercial back in the, I think it was 90s or 80s, like the old man was holding his cat and there was a fire. He says, if you don't expect him to leave without his friend or something like that, he won't. But next time I'll tell him he's coming with me regardless. Because a lot of people got to take theirs and a few of us weren't able to take ours. They were worried about the litter situation. But, I mean, I'm going to buy him a smaller carrier. He's not a big cat. In case it ever happened again. He will not stay by himself again because of what could have happened. Because I'd show you, but he's out. And I don't want him out right now and open up the door necessarily. But way down the hallway, they have all the end doors open. And that would go right straight out to the street. He could have gotten loose and not ever found him. So, the good Lord was with us. In that case, so, Best Western was cool, but like I said, we slept through lunch. We had the continental breakfast, which was like donuts. Like, you know what a continental breakfast is. So, I mean, it was so nice of the Best Western to put all of us up. I mean, but our rent and insurance and all that stuff covers that. I just feel bad for the people down at the other end of the hall, way down where the efficiencies are, like where we used to be. And what they're going to need, I'll just have to check in with my adopted grandma and see where she went to. And I'll call the hotel later because everybody was so misplaced, you don't know where everybody is. So, I'll call them tomorrow, see how she's doing or whatever. And, you know, I'll just see what anybody needs, like, because me and him have a lot of stuff here. Surplus dishes, blankets, whatever. Because the one that got hit the hardest was the woman that down at the end of the hallway, way down. I'm not giving names because of privacy, but my mom likes her. She loves my mom's orange fruit salad, so my mom makes it for her a lot. But she's such a nice person, you know. I just, you know, I can't foresee keeping surplus items that you don't need when someone really, really needs it. I mean, it's not fire, but the firemen were here because the alarms notified them from the sprinklers and all that. It was a main, like a water main up on side of a pipe that just burst, you know, from the cold and all that lately and whatever happened. It was just a freak accident. I mean, it was cascading just like a waterfall. I mean, there were people coming from the other end to wait to get on the bus, and they were pulling their pants up like hip waders, like, you know. So we just packed one bag. We didn't know. Stupid me forgets her glucometer here. And the most important thing should have been Bailey still. But next thing that won't ever happen. I mean, there's probably people during tornadoes and stuff, and maybe they make them leave the animals. That's unfortunate, but they should never do that. I mean, unfortunately, what happened, happened. I mean, I'm not going to turn housing in because they were good to us and put us up and everything for this incident with the cat. I'll just let them know, you know, what happened, and, you know, maybe talk to somebody. Next time something like that happens, make sure he is in here. But he sneaks out, so it's not their fault, really. But as long as he's okay, he's with Mama, and we're all okay, and we're home. So, I had a bad hertrism day. I forgot my razor at home. So did Jimmy. But, yeah, we gotta, get things settled. So we're throwing out some hot dogs, and like I said, my mom's homemade macaroni tomato soup. We got that, and some fries for supper, onion rings, whatever he wants, but not for a while. We need to get our bearings and figure out where we still are. I am dreading opening up my craft room because there could be some water in here. I hope not. At least all my finished projects are in a drawer. But I mean, the water come all the way up to the garbage room. That's just out here and over there. So, as if there ain't enough going on with my lumps, and I gotta have them checked next week. So, hopefully they can take care of that. Oh boy. Never fails, never ceases to amaze me what can happen. It's like an ice rink outdoors too, moving all of us and the disabled people. Us disabled people in the elderly, and the school bus was a little hard to get into because it's such a steep. My mom and brother, like, they were on there, and my adopted grandma, one of them was there, and I gotta find my other one where she is. So I'm gonna call tomorrow at the hotel, and if I can tell you who's there. And if that's anything like a hospital where they have those privacy shit. No, I'll just call housing and see if they want to know if she's okay or where she's at. I hope she's alright. She's probably with her family. She's an adopted grandmother. She's not like a real one, but to me she's like a real one. So I gotta make sure she's okay for my peace of mind, and call our case manager, let her know we're here. So I don't know about our appointment next week, but I can't cancel my x-rays because that's important. So one of ours may be changed because of what happened. He had to call the drivers 3 days ahead, and they count the weekend. I don't know. Fuck, this is fucked up big time.